I said Jai Hind. So, पुणे वालों की ये जो आवाज है आपके रेस्पेक्टिव कॉलेजेस और इंस्टीट्यूशंस तक पहुंचनी चाहिए. जय हिंद. That's better. युगांतर 2047 में आप सभी का अभिनंदन और हार्दिक स्वागत है. लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल अनूप सिंघल, डायरेक्टर जनरल रिक्रूटिंग इंडियन आर्मी, Mr. Puneet Balan, the co-organizer of this event, esteemed academicians from different higher educational institutions of Pune, all officers of ZRO Pune who have stitched this entire event together, the vibrant youth and friends from the media. It's a great privilege for us to unveil this Yuganta 2047 today, with the primary objective being to provide you all, especially the youth, an insight into the Indian Army. While on one hand, we as Indians need to be proud of our rich cultural heritage, the rich Indian knowledge systems, on the other hand, we need to continuously endeavor to harness new and emerging technology for ensuring holistic development of our country. It is with this concept in mind that the tagline of Youth, Yoga and Technology has been evolved for Yuganta 2047. As we all know that India today is in a transformation mode from a developing country to a developed nation, and the same is endeavored to be achieved by 2047 when we complete 100 years of our independence. It is in this journey of transformation that each one of us, each Indian, all of us who are present over here today, has to contribute immensely with the concept of, or the idea of, nation first in the forefront always. We all have to do our duties. It is this energy which is present in this hall, with about 2,500 of you present here today, that has to be channelized in the right direction, with right motivation and right skills. While the academicians present amongst us have a major role in shaping the future generations, the Indian Army ensures that all social, educational and economic development in the country takes place without any external or internal hindrance. While we stand guard on the borders, at times to wade or to protect you from external aggression, we are also present amongst you for ensuring a safe internal security environment always. Be it the floods, be it the tsunamis, be it any other natural disaster that takes place, you will always find Indian Army Jawans next to the population, next to the civilian friends, next to the citizens of India, safeguarding their interests always. And it is with this idea that we have planned to stitch this entire event together today for all of you. All of you should be proud that Indian Army, which is your army, it is not only Indian Army, it is your army. It is the second largest army in the world today. And with the technological prowess and indigenization that is taking place, we are contributing immensely in the terms of nation building in all fields. Having said so much, before I sign off, let me ask you all, how is the Josh? Itna high nahi laga. How is the Josh? That's very nice. So I hand you over all to RJ Tarun for taking us through the day. Tarun.
Thank you so much for your kind words and motivation, sir. May I request a round of applause? I just want to say to our audience today, you're doing really well. Keep it up. And now, I would like to invite a man whose unwavering support and vision for youth empowerment have played a pivotal role in bringing Yuganta 2047 to life. A dynamic entrepreneur, philanthropist, and a patriot, working closely with the Indian Army towards national security from Jammu and Kashmir to Maharashtra. Please welcome Shri Puneet Balan to deliver the welcome speech. Sir, may I please request you to join us on the stage.
Good morning to all. It's a very good morning today. And to see the youth in Uganda today, I would like to welcome Lieutenant General Ashok Singhal, AVSM SM, DG Recruiting, General Chaudhary, VSM, all ranks and officers of the recruiting zone, the youth and the future of India, and all the principals of the esteemed colleges. When the concept of Yugantar was shared with us by General Chaudhary in his office, we thought to collaborate with this event for two reasons. One is towards nation building and shaping the future of these young students who are here in the right and positive manner. Today, with the social media world, with the digital world, things are going not in the right direction in our country. But I think somewhere, Puneet Balan Group and the Indian Army coming together for this collaborative effort of Uganda 2047 with a mission to to build tomorrow's nation, and to see one of them who are sitting here right in the crowd, few of them in combat dresses, few of them as engineers, few of them as doctors, few of them as in Air Force, Navy, Army, contributing and serving for the betterment of the nation. We are happy and we are thankful to DG Recruiting General Singhal and General Chaudhary and Indian Army for giving us this opportunity to collaborate with them. Yes, as Tarun said, we do work very closely with the Indian Army, whether it's CSR, whether it's towards national security from J&K to down south. But while doing this, we have ensured that two things that we do while collaborating with the Army. One is bringing peace to the region where we work, and second is to develop the youth. And we are here all today. It's a very good session, different sessions today throughout the day. And definitely I know all the youth which are here will be motivated with each and every session. And enjoy your day, and looking forward to see one of them who come up, down the line and tell us that, sir, you all had done Yugantar, and from this inspiration I have joined the armed forces. Thank you once again, and thank you, sir, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you. Jai Hind.
May I now request a round of applause? Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to take a brief moment to introduce you to our chief guest. Lieutenant General Anup Shinghal, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Sena Medal, Director General Recruiting, IHQ of Ministry of Defence, Army, and Colonel Commandant, Regiment of Artillery. He has varied service exposures in all types of terrain during his command and staff assignments. He commanded his parent unit in counter-insurgency operations. Thereafter, he commanded a mountain artillery brigade in counter-insurgency operations in Eastern Command, and subsequently an artillery division as a part of Strike Corps. The General Officer has tenanted various staff and instructional appointments to include General Staff Officer Grade 1 of Infantry Division, deployed on the line of control, Colonel General Staff Operations in Headquarters Eastern Command, and Brigadier Military Operations in Military Operations Directorate. He's also served as the Defense Attaché to the USA at the Indian Embassy in Washington, D.C. The General Officer is presently holding the appointment of Director General Recruiting, Integrated Headquarters of Ministry of Defence Army, with effect from 1st August 2024, and Colonel Commandant Regiment of Artillery with effect from 1st Feb 2025. I would now like to request him to please join us on the stage. Sir, can we please have you here? I now request Major General Chaudhary and Shri Puneet Balan to felicitate our chief guest as a token of our deep respect and gratitude. A round of applause, please. Thank you, Major Chaudhary and Mr. Puneet Balan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with great honor and pride, I invite our esteemed chief guest to share his thoughts and inspire us all.
Good morning. You can all hear me clearly? Okay, how is the Josh? Good. Okay, at the outset, General Chaudhary, Shri Puneet Balan, esteemed heads of the institutions, my dear young friends, which I can see in large number, media people and senior veterans. It's an absolute honor to stand before this large gathering of bright, ambitious, talented young minds. Looking at you, I don't see the audience, I see the future. The future of our industry, government, economy and society. And the future looks good and bright. Each of you stand at a defining moment to choose the path that will shape your life. Some of you are seeking careers, others are searching for a purpose in life, and many aspire to lead, serve, and be part of something greater than yourself. That is what is important. Today I will just keep some thoughts about the role in nation building and how the army is just not a force of defense, but a pillar of discipline, character, leadership qualities, which is very essential for progress of a country and India in particular. As we know, the future of any nation rests in the hand of youth, that is you all, which I can see, full of energy. You are the driving force, innovators, progress and change. Your education, ideas, energy will determine India's path forward. Swami Vivekananda said, arise, awake and stop, not till the goal is reached. That's the commitment. This relentless pursuit of excellence is what will make India different and what we need today. National building is just not the responsibility of government or armed forces, it's a collective effort where you become a doctor, engineer, entrepreneur, scientist, teacher or a soldier. Your contribution will matter. However, the key impact which lies in three fundamental principles. Discipline is the foundation of success. Responsibility, the commitment to pursue, to contribute, and the self-reliance, the mindset of an empowered nation. I shall cover three principles of army, the way we look at it. Firstly, these three principles are applicable all across. However, purpose over position, that is, a true leader is defined not by their rank, impact, or titles. Army seeks individuals who aspire to make difference, protection of the homeland, and serve with pride. Also, though education is valuable, but the discipline, adaptability, and problem-solving attitude is what makes you apart. An army trains individuals to be strong, intelligent, and strategic, and these qualities matter in any career you pursue. And last and very important is the teamwork. No one succeeds alone. Brotherhood, trust, unity, teamwork are the foundation of military service and success in life. Those who work together achieve greater victories. Something on discipline, which is a cornerstone of success, Indian Army embodies this principle. We just don't train soldiers, we build leaders, instill integrity, foster teamwork. A soldier's journey transforms from an individual thinker to a team player, from self-interest to selfless service. You need not have to wear uniform to embrace all these values. You can follow them in the field you choose to. We also like to highlight the world is changing very fast. You see the kind of revolution we have in technology, global shifts, new challenges, AI in particular are reshaping the job market. But there are new careers, new jobs. There are careers, jobs which are fading out, new are emerging. But one constant which remains from time immemorial is the profession of soldiering. Army or defense remains as a profession which will continue to remain forever. As a DG recruitment, I can assure you that the organization today are searching for individuals like you. Each one of you has a potential to join. Those ready to take initiative, solve problems, drive change. The question is, are you ready? Are you there for this? And let me tell you, Army is just not a career. It's not a mere profession. It's a way of life. It's a calling. A calling for those willing to push beyond their limits, develop unshakable discipline, and serve with honor. Army is beyond the battlefield. Army is an institution that builds leaders, fosters resilience, and provides unparalleled opportunities, whether in combat, cyber defense, engineering, logistics, humanitarian missions. Army shapes individuals to be warriors, innovators, and protectors. We have seen ample example all across the country on day-to-day basis. A nation, if it has to thrive, people have to feel safe. Army does not only protect the borders, but also the dreams and aspirations. Our role extends beyond the defense. We are involved in school building, hospital, fostering peace in conflict zone. Also, a soldier, when he is patrolling in the border, know that he is not just guarding the land. He is guarding the future of 1.4 billion Indians. Security is the foundation for which is a must for a country to grow and flourish. I will little bit say about the economic part of it. Security itself is not enough. A strong economy is essential for a strong nation. And Indian Army is playing a pivotal role in the self-reliance beyond. We actively support indigenous innovations through Make in India initiatives. Young entrepreneurs, scientists are collaborating with Army to develop cutting-edge technologies in AI, cyber, defense, manufacturing, and many more. We have seen how many types of guns, artillery guns, and other weapon systems which we have indigenously developed and getting inducted into the defense forces. The vision of this Atmanirbhar Bharat depends on you, the youth who will drive this to the logical conclusion. Lastly, many of you will wonder that do I have it in me? Yes. Army is not seeking the strongest or the fastest. What we are looking for is persons with courage, resilience, and the willpower, the will to sustain, the will to serve. That makes the cut. And if you want a career that is challenging, build your leadership, give you a purpose greater than yourself, this is the moment. That is why Army always remain beyond a profession. It is a way of life. I challenge each one of you to step forward. Take charge of your future. Choose a path of discipline, service, and leadership. And Army is just not recruiting. It is much beyond that. And it is also said that a soldier never dies. They just fade away. So with that, I'm sure many of you will look joining forces as an option, though all the professions, all the fields you can contribute towards a national building, which I covered. Thank you. How is the Josh? Louder. How's your Josh? Thank you.
A round of applause, everybody. Thank you so much for your motivational words, sir. As you came on stage, the josh was high, and I can assure you, you've left it higher. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indian Army is more than just a force. It is a symbol of discipline, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to the country. And it is now time to hear from a leader who has lived the values, the discipline, the legacy of the Indian Army. Please join me in welcoming Colonel Vikram Singh as he shares his experiences and reflections on how the armed forces continue to shape the future of our nation. Sir, may I please request you to join us on stage?
Good morning to you all, and Jai Hind. Respected General Anup Shinghal, DG Recruiting, Indian Army, General Yogesh Chaudhary, ADG Recruiting, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Goa, Mr. Puneet Balan, esteemed ladies and gentlemen, and this dynamite youth sitting in front of me that radiates 440 volts of energy as I look into your eyes. First and foremost, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of you and interact on Indian Army. We often wonder, what Indian Army is doing all the time. After all, what is Indian Army? A lot of people ask me while I'm traveling, sir, is samay army kya kar rahi hai? So what do you think is Indian Army? Let's check it out.
You'll never see us, because we don't exist.
No nation can develop. There is no economic development and progress until and unless your territorial integrity, your four borders are secure. And Indian Army, in hand with other forces, does that, ensures that. An instrument of national power, the last bastion of national security, that's Indian Army. When everything else fails, we deliver. Not just a career, a distinct way of life. Whether I'm walking on a shopping mall or on a railway station, even if I'm not in uniform, people just recognize me or my fellow mates. Sir, aap fauji hain kya? Shayad yahan pe likha hai. Or the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we conduct ourselves. It is a distinct way of life. And who are we? We come from you all. We derive our ethos from the society that we serve. It is some amongst you who tomorrow will take our places and be men and women in uniform. There was this professor at Harvard University. He was a researcher on motivation for 30 years. He said that to be successful in life, you need three essential aspects: power, achievement, affiliation. Indian Army gives you power at every stage. right from a young officer, a young leader, a young NCO, a young soldier, right to the top general. You command wherewithal, resources, equipment, war machines, and a team, the size of which keeps on increasing. That's power. Achievement. Every time you accomplish a mission, you do a given assigned task that gives you a sense of achievement. And affiliation, lest I say, it's for lifetime. You proudly say that, okay, I belong to Indian Army. Mission statement. So what is our mission? In plain, simple language, Indian Army's mission is to ensure territorial integrity, protect our country from external danger, and chip in for internal unrest when called upon to do so. In terms of an internal crisis, when other government agencies or the central constabulary and police forces require us, then we step in. I will now take you across the length and breadth of the country. Whichever terrain you can think of, Indian Army is there. Deserts, mountains, glaciers, jungles, plains, and the third dimension. Let's check it out one by one. ambiguous, uncertain, complex environment, that is the time when there are no clear orders and you take that fine call, okay, I will do this or this, which is critical for my mission success and for my team. That is how leaders are born out of situations. How does this team get ready to fight? Let's see that. That we write and rewrite every time we go to war or operations. And our young leaders have always done us proud. I'll just quote a few examples, one each from major wars and campaigns, that will just give you an account of that. CHM Piru Singh, Company Havaldar Major Piru Singh, a young leader who led his section assault in Titwal sector and J&K in 48 operations, and single-handedly he destroyed enemy bunkers, enemy positions, and captured a vital section post, and thereafter, despite being wounded, he went on to assist the neighboring section that was launching an attack and charged onto the enemy before getting mortally wounded. Paramveer Chakra. This gentleman, Lieutenant Colonel Desmond Hayes, when he was given a task to capture a place called Dogra in Pakistan across Ichugal Canal, he made a statement that dead or alive, you will find me in Dogra, and he did that. Second Lieutenant Arun Khetrapal, Shakargarh sector, 1971, Battle of Basantar. Having knocked down so many Pakistani tanks, when his own wherewithal was hit, he was wounded badly, he was asked to evacuate and fall back. He refused to abandon. And he said, no sir, my main gun is still firing and I will get better of these guys. Captain Vikram Batra, this would have happened in your lifetime. We are all aware to his famous statement, Ye Dil Mange More, in Battle of Tololing and other accomplishments. He made repeated assaults onto the enemy until he was mortally wounded. He had also made a statement. Either I will come back after hosting the tricolor or I'll come back wrapped in it. But for sure, I will come back. And he did so. Captain Manoj Kumar Pandey, Paramveer Chakra, Gorkha Rifles. If death strikes before I prove my blood, I swear I'll kill death. This has been written, you'll find it in a lot of war memorials. His also statement became a punchline for his troops and his team that was following him. An operation that was carried out on a friendly country when that was in need in 1988, when a businessman connived with some armed rebels to overthrow President Galoom and his government to take over that country. In desperation, he gave a call to our President and Prime Minister that time. Immediately, within 16 hours, one parachute battalion along with a parafield battery was mobilized by air and landed at Maldives. And within few minutes, rather few hours, complete law and order was restored. Anti-national elements were driven away and handed over to the local police, and government was protected. That is Indian Army. Not just military operations. This picture is from Pune floods, which happened recently a few years back. When it comes to humanitarian aid and disaster relief, when Indian Army is requisitioned, we are always at the forefront and ready to help our countrymen in trouble. Certain economic contributions, we have a chain of 133 plus Army public schools and some more infrastructure in terms of institutes for higher studies. Pan-India. As part of an international footprint, we've been active participants in UN peacekeeping and carrying out exercises, war games with friendly foreign countries as part of military diplomacy. Our glorious past, some of whom are sitting right in front of me, I can look at them. We look after our veterans and we are proud of them. Some achievers in sports, you would have seen many of them on television and in media. So Indian Army is constantly engaging with its society, with its countrymen. NCC, which is pan-India in a big way. Agnipath scheme and Short Service Commission. These two schemes have a large contribution in engaging the youth and giving them more and more opportunities to interact and be part of Indian Army and get that feel how it feels like to be in uniform and serve your country. And of course, youth exchange programs all across the country, like this one, the one which is happening now. All this helps us bond better with our country people and give them an understanding. You get a better understanding on security issues, you get a perspective, what is national integration, what are national issues, how all of us contribute towards national integration. I will again reinforce the statement that I made in the beginning. It is not just a career. It's not just a ways of earning your bread and butter. That, of course, each one of us does. More than that, it is a distinct way of life. That is Indian Army. So having said that, can I have a show of hands that how many of you would like to consider Indian Army as one of your career options when your time comes? All right. And what's your personal reason? Yeah. The boy in red tie. Yeah. Okay. He says it's a way of life. So, you've taken the cue from the presentation. What a good answer. A small cap, as a token. An Indian Army cap is hereby given to you. Thanks. Sit down. Anyone else wants to give a try? Why would you want to join Indian Army? Your personal reason. Okay. Either of you. Left. Yeah, the girl in left. Yeah.
Jain sir.
Jain.
I Cadet Arya from SP College. The main reason to join Indian Army is not just to expose your adventurous life, but I want to become a greatest daughter in my bloodline ever.
All right. That's again a good answer. A cap for you. Anyone else? Okay. Between three of you, who are the first one to raise? I'm sorry a lot. Okay. Then you get up. Yeah, what's your reason?
Jain sir.
Jai Hind.
Myself, Cadet Rushka Chandale. I'm from Naval Open Division.
Okay.
So, sir, my reason to join armed forces is I have seen many of my personals from my family who have joined army. I have seen any other organization can give you some or other thing. but I think that army gives you a life. And it doesn't like, I would like to say like, you get a family life better. You don't want to worry about your family behind. Army is always with you. Who takes care of your family? You just want to do your job, is like just do combat. And I justly more empathizing on combat because I want to join the special forces as an operative and join as an officer in the future.
Okay.
That's all about me, sir.
Sit down. Thanks.
Thanks, sir.
So, the bloodline, getting motivated by seeing people around, okay, that's one part that's been answered. Nice. What about you, the girl next to him? What's your reason?
Jain, sir.
Jain.
Sir, as I've loved challenges and I like to accept challenges.
I want a personal answer.
Yes, sir. And
Seeing others just because my father or my bloodline was there, no. What's your reason? If you will join, why?
yes, sir. Sir, I'm from a civilian background.
Okay.
So I've loved challenges and adventures since I was a child, and this is a career that can give me a chance to prove myself with the things I love, and that's it.
Okay. Life of challenges and thrill. That is what she wants in life, and she wants to get it through forces. One final answer. Anyone else wants to take a try? Okay. You in the last. Yes.
Jain sir, I
Jain.
Garrett Anjali from SP College. I want to share my view. As you said, the power. The Indian Army gives us a power, and if you have a power, you can convey your thoughts to the other person, and it may considered. So this is my reason.
No, it is not that power I was saying, that you use your power to convey.
No,
Okay.
sir. In a good way. That
All right.
sometimes we have some thoughts which is very convenient and which is very helpful to other.
Okay.
But for
So,
some reasons,
Power that gives you authority, which you can put to good use.
yes.
I get it. Sit down. All right. Anyone else? Okay. Last. Yeah, you're the. Aapko hi. Yeah. Now in question answers, I see that girls have overtaken boys. Guys, you watch out.
Jain sir,
Jai Hind.
my name is Cadet Shraddha Katkam from SSMM College.
Okay.
I have to join Indian Army because I have to sacrifice my life for the nation. Along with that, I want the flag when I die.
See, don't give me an answer after watching a Bollywood movie.
No sir,
All
it's
right.
my own.
Okay. All right. A good answer. Nonetheless, you should not think about dying. All right? You have to win and make the other person die in front of you. All right. So encouraging responses. If that be so, what you need with you to join Indian Army, we have a separate talk coming in the series of lectures today. Colonel Anshit will acquaint you with all the avenues that are available to join Indian Army. What are the criteria? Broadly, you would need some age criteria, some basic qualification, and motivation and guts within. That's all. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Check. A round of applause, everybody. All right. Before we move on to the next session, I saw that you guys were participating, interacting. I really like it as a radio jockey. I really love it when audience starts participating. Okay? So before we move on to the next session, I want all of you to do a little exercise. Pick up your phones and do a quick Google search. You have to look for the most decorated officer of the Indian Army. Can you do that for me? Ask Google or ChatGPT, who is the most decorated officer in the Indian Army? Do you have answers already? Who is it? Yeah, that is correct. And we want to know more about him. I'll first show you an audio visual here. Can we
When I
have it
was
on our
commissioned and when I joined Special Forces, I was asked
us in this auditorium. Our next speaker is Brigadier Saurabh Singh Shekhawat, Kirti Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, Sena Medal, Vishisht Seva Medal, a veteran who was commissioned into the army on 11th of June 1994 and rose to the command the elite 21 Para Special Forces, wherein his operational prowess was not just limited to leadership, but extended to active participation in some of the most challenging operations in difficult terrains and situations. As a brigade commander, he commanded his brigade in Galwan on LAC, paving way for a recent resolution at LAC in Subsector North between India and China. Beyond his military accomplishments, Brigadier Saurabh Singh Shekhawat is one of India's most accomplished mountaineers. He has successfully scaled Mount Everest thrice and conquered other formidable peaks such as Mount Kilimanjaro and Mont Blanc. His services over the years have been recognized with numerous awards to include Kirti Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, Sena Medal and Vishisht Seva Medal. May I now request Brigadier Shekhawat to please join us on stage. And can we have a round of applause for him?
Jain sir, at the very outset, I thank DGR General Anup, ADG Major General Yogesh, Brigadier Sachin, Colonel Garola, and of course Puneet for inviting me here and giving me this opportunity to stand before you and speak on my experiences from the battlefield, mountains and the sky. The thing which I have done last 30 years. I have just taken premature retirement 6-7 months back. So I'll be speaking on that. May I start, sir? Presentation, please. Presentation लगा था. Okay, next slide. Previous. Go back, yeah. So you just heard, religion of an officer. When we join academy, so we are told that your religion is the religion which your boys follow. So that is a very good concept and way of life in the Indian Army, that in a unit, you have a Granthi, you have a Pujari, you have a Maulvi, and you have a Lama. They all are together and they all pray together and all the soldiers do the same. And there is never a problem. All the gods we put together, everyone stays in harmony and everyone blesses Indian Army. And that is why Indian Army always succeeds. So someone asked me and you heard my interview. So that is the first lesson I learned. And I hold that lesson very close to my heart. That is the essence of India. Essence of India is that. No, go back. Now I will be, yeah. ये चलेगा? इससे चलेगा? I am going to give you, I will speak on my experiences which I have gathered in these 30 years. We talk about grit, determination, and never give up attitude. What this means? In 1997, I had just passed probation in 1995, and 1997 was the first operational deployment my unit saw. And we were in Assam, area called Dhubri. So that time, a lot of ULFA activities were there, and so I was officiating as team commander. My team commander was Major Dipender Singh Sengar, a small 48 kg man with only muscle, skin and bone. He had 8 packs, very muscular, and commando dagger, superbly fit. He was doing adjutant and he was coming in train, and so I was to go and receive him at Bogaigaon railway station. Suddenly I get a call that there is an information, Shekhawat, you receive me at Bogaigaon but get the troop. We need to operate. So our 2IC, battalion 2IC, Colonel Extros was with him and he was there. So I rushed with the troops. I took around 20 men and I rushed there. In between Bogaigaon and Dhubri, Chapar we met. And on the road we just planned that this is the village, we have a source, and this is the village where a big group of ULFA, 15 strong, is hiding. So this was the plan, that you go from north and I will come from east and we will block them. We'll take them on. That's it. And then we ran, and so I was approaching the village from east direction. He went from the north direction, and as I was getting down from the vehicles, Jongas, Nissan Jonga hua karte the us waqt, I heard solid fire. First time in my life that kind of a, combat fire I had heard. It is very different from the fire which happens on range. And immediately we started running towards the fire. The open fields, open paddy fields were there. Paddy was just cut. And I saw a group running in front of me around 150 to 200 meters. And soon the sand started, spurting at our footsteps. And I could hear that, patake ki awaj near my ear. So that was the first experience when the bullet passes you and it doesn't hit you. It creates a very interesting sound. And so we were running and we were running towards that group. And suddenly I realized they are terrorists and we have to fire on them. And my boys were running ahead of me. They were better runners. So I stopped and I shouted, fire, fire. So we started firing, and I saw that my, bullets are only hitting at 100 meters because I had not increased the range. So then I stood, I took a breath, and I increased the range to 200 meters, and I started firing single shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th shot, I dropped one man. So that was my first score. And soon I got a, radio set, I was raised on radio set, कि साहब, Sengar साहब को लगी है. So immediately the attention changed कि साहब बहुत बुरी तरीके से इंजर हो गया, गोली लगी है, भंवर सिंह को लग गई है. So then I ran towards the village where the encounter took place. So there I saw it was a mayhem. There were 5 dead terrorists lying, and some civilians also got injured because of the crossfire. And Major Sengar is lying, a pool of blood, and there was one of my boy, Bhamar Singh, he had a leg amputated on the spot below the shin. The leg was off. So immediately we are trained in first aid, we are trained in IV, we are trained in giving dexamethasone injections, we are trained in administering first aid. So that was given, and I picked up Dipender Singh Sengar and I examined his wound. So his wound, the bullet had passed, it hit him here and it had come out from his hip, right hip. And he was in agony, a lot of blood. The IV was given and blood was stopped. Dexa injection thok diya. And thereafter, I put him in the jonga, and both the casualties we were evacuating. And at that time, I turned him around to see that how was the exit wound. So exit wound was big, and उन्होंने jeans की पैंट पहनी हुई थी. He was in civil dress. तो पूरी pocket बाहर निकली हुई थी. And with the pocket there was his skin, and below the skin I saw the white accumulation of fat. So I told him, sir, you also have a fat. You always tell us, bloody chap, you don't eat anything, and you see how much fat you accumulate. You see, I am so 8-pack. So I indicated, sir, आपके भी fat है बहुत सारा पीछे. So he started laughing. Yeah, मेरे को हंसा मत, मेरे बहुत दर्द हो रहा है. But he was going to sleep, so I was trying to keep him awake. We evacuated him. He went to the hospital, and ladies and gentlemen, within 1 year he recovered. And by the time Kargil happened, he was in shape 1 and fighting the Kargil war. We captured 5405. Yeah. So bullet through and through, bladder busted, in 1 year recovered, fought in Kargil war. We captured 5405. And then we were in Lolab. And at that time, a lot of infiltration has taken place. And a lot of foreigners had come in. And every day we were having encounters. So in one of the encounters, we were sitting at two places. He, after 3 days, after 2 nights and 3 days, he had an encounter in the night. One group, got stuck. And I heard the fire from my location. And then he said, "Ki phase hain, lagi hai inke, subah dekhte hain." Morning, we saw a lot of blood. He called a tracker dog. Tracker dog started following the blood. And I, radioed him, "Sir, be careful now." So tracker dog was following around 45 minutes, 1 hour. I heard another, solid fire. And within 5 minutes, Singh sir came on radio set, speaking very calmly, "Shekhawat, I have been hit. I may not survive now. You come. There are a lot of them." So I couldn't believe my ears कि ये इनके कह रहे हैं कि गोली लगी मर जाएंगे, ये बोलते ऐसे रहे हैं कि कुछ हुआ नहीं है. कि Shekhawat, have you heard? I said loud and clear, I am coming. And thereafter he trailed off. We rushed, and I ran 4.5 kilometers. We rushed, we dropped heavy luggage near, there was an RR post down below. So a lot of fire was going on. His buddy, Dattaram Ghale, small Gorkha, radioed me कि साहब मेरा ammunition खत्म हो रहा है, ये बहुत हैं और लगातार fire आ रहा है. So by the time we had reached RL range पे पहुंच गए थे हम लोग. I said, indicate where you are. You fire double tap because there's a lot of fire. I can't make out who's where. I'm going to fire rocket launcher now. So he started firing double tap, so I could make out that he is on the lower side and the automatic fire is coming from the top. So we just aimed in the direction of automatic fire and 12 rounds of rocket launcher. Everyone would carry 1 rocket launcher round in those days. And the fire broke. Then we climbed up. I climbed up. I saw Singh sir again in tatters. He was coming in and out of consciousness. He was hit at 5 places, all bloodied. So हमारे सारे कपड़े उतर गए खून रोकने में, because FFD तो थोड़ी सी होती है, तो बनियान भी लग गई, ऊपर की शर्ट भी लग गई. 3 of us, 4 of us were without any clothes on top. Then he was evacuated. Helicopter came. He was evacuated. And now another story starts. So my buddy saw his rifle. He went to pick up his rifle. He was fired upon. So there was someone sitting. I crawled up. I went behind. I fired. I couldn't see where this man is. Then my buddy abused. He gave some choices of abuses. So then that man spoke कि गाली क्यों दे रहा है? गाली मत दे. I also spoke कि मुजाहिद कहाँ का रहने वाला है कि जनाब पाकिस्तानी हूँ. तो I said हथियार डाल दे. तो कि आप तो अपना काम करो, हम अपना काम करते हैं. He refused to surrender. And then he turned and he fired at me. I was also ready and I fired at him. I got him in the head. One striking thing is that leave everything aside. He is here for what? Only the fighting qualities. Only the fighting qualities. So the fighting quality of his was par excellence. That